Gray whales on the Pacific coast haven't been doing well for the last several years. Now researchers from Oregon State University think they know why. Environmental reporter Cale Williams answers one of the big questions impacting ocean life.
Scientists call it an unusual mortality event. In 2019, gray whales started dying off the Pacific coast at alarming rates. But for years, experts couldn't do much more than guess as to why. That is, until now.
Feels like this time we've got a pretty good smoking gun.
That's Josh Stewart, a professor at Oregon State's Marine Mammal Institute. In research published Thursday, he's found the first definitive evidence of what's been killing the whales.
I think we can now say much more conclusively that it probably is, Arctic conditions that are driving these things.
Gray whales migrate more than 12,000 miles each year, spending their winters in Mexico, where they give birth to calves, and heading north in the summer to the rich feeding grounds in the Arctic. And Stewart said that's where the problems began.
And so there's this really tight connection between the sea ice and the prey base for the gray whales.
Gray whales feed on tiny organisms called benthic amphipods. Those amphipods, they feed on algae that grows on the underside of sea ice. With climate change warming the Arctic up to 4 times faster than the rest of the planet, that meant trouble, from the bottom of the food chain all the way up to the top.
And so when you have less sea ice and fewer days of sea ice, you don't get that algae reaching the seafloor to sort of create that productivity that the gray whales need.
Less sea ice makes for skinnier whales, lower birth rates, and malnourished animals washing up on beaches.
It's reducing the amount of food that they have available to them and disrupting that whole food chain that they rely on.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
They're resilient animals. They're adaptive. They can change the areas that they feed in. So, I'm not worried about them going extinct.
Though, with climate change expected to continue warming the Arctic in the years and decades to come, Stewart said we might have to get used to seeing fewer whales off our coast.
We're going to be increasingly, I think, living in a world where we're going to have to deal with these impacts that are hard to reverse and have really significant effects on species that we care a lot about. And that's a hard thing to stomach.
Cale Williams, Environment Northwest.